Well, the midterms are right around the corner, and many are asking, will the Biden administration win the support of black voters this time around? Well, joining us now to discuss is Kevin McGarry, the president of Every Black Lives Matters. Good to see you, Kevin, and thank you so much for coming on, taking the time. You know, it's one of the key campaign moments for this presidency was really adhering to black voters and making promises. What are your thoughts on this, and has this administration delivered?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Sean. Well, if you look at actual facts as opposed to media spin, this administration has not delivered in comparison to the past administration. Fundamentally, with the past administration, we had the ability to participate in urban economic zones and opportunity zones, and it was and people with the capital gains liability were incentivized to do that. That encouraged a lot of African American employment, a lot of black and brown employment, and so we were on the ascendancy. Record number of home purchases by African Americans, home ownership, and record number of economic improvements over that 4-year period of the past administration. This administration took that incentive off the table pretty much, and has also de-incentivized historically black colleges and some of those other things that in the past administration were part of the empowerment or the diversity or the inclusionary type steps that were taken to make sure that African Americans and black and brown communities can actually come up. So this administration has failed miserably, in my opinion. I don't think that there's any sort of matrix or economic matrix you can come up with that would show that African Americans actually excelled during this past 15 months or so.
HBCU is something that the former president really pushed for and made that known, allocating funds and making it to where you didn't have to request it each and every year. It was just kind of an open account. I want to ask you also about the Supreme Court justice, though, of this current administration has promised to place a black woman on the high court. Now, is that a promise that resonates with you or, for you, in your opinion, with black voters?
Yeah, I think what everybody really wants for a Supreme Court justice are people that are fully competent first. Number one criteria is competency. So the desire to put an African American woman on the court, it's laudable, but what all Americans should want is just somebody who's fully competent, capable of doing the job. I think that he's done this African American woman, whoever she may be, a disservice by putting sort of a diversity hire or diversity nomination in the mix. This is not something that really bodes well for a person coming in. That person needs to feel confident, needs to feel that they're fully capable of doing the job, that they measure up with all of the other justices. To be looking over their shoulder thinking, hey, I'm a diversity hire, it's not complimentary. So he really did this woman a disservice by putting it out that way. I think if he had just kept with his promise, and gone through this cycle and just picked a nomination. Ultimately, she was African-American woman. That would have boded better, but he continued even in this past 60 days or so to push, hey, she's going to be an African-American woman. That's the criteria. And I don't think that he needed to do that. And I think it's done a disservice to whoever the eventual nominee is going to be.
President of Every Black Lives Matters, we appreciate that. Kevin McGarry joining us live. Kevin, good to see you. Please come back.
Thank you for having me, Sean. Appreciate it.
Yeah.